What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing okay. Now today I wanted to make a slightly different video. I'm starting a new series on the channel and we're going to call it very simply Car Talk. And yeah, the reason I'm doing this is because often on my channel the videos are filmed in the same sort of format, normally convenience based, that I can film in a particular place within my house. However, there are times in life where you're dragged to different places and maybe because of location, I can't film a video. So this new series, Car Talk, is going to be for those times where I'm maybe in a different place or I'm struggling to film at home for some reason. Just opens it up a little bit. And I want to talk about some things that are going on in life generally, my life, within the lives of young men, things that we're all going through, things we're all maybe finding difficult in 2025, and trying to derive a little bit of deeper meaning from some of these things and hopefully find a bit more direction. So I want this to be pretty unfiltered. I want this to be pretty relaxed. If you're a guy that likes high dopamine videos on YouTube, I'm sorry, this is probably not for you. It's just going to be me sat in the car talking about a couple of things. So look, first and foremost, for me, the last week or so has been really interesting. For those of you that don't know, that don't watch the channel, I work in sales, and this is something I wanted to get into for a while, because sales teaches you a lot about life, a lot about the world. You're speaking with a lot of people, sometimes very important people, CEOs, directors, etc., on an almost daily basis. You're running into different problems. You learn how to handle objections. You learn to speak to the decision maker rather than wasting your time speaking to other people. But generally, you just learn how to handle people better. You learn how to get what you want, to achieve your objectives, and you learn how to build and manage relationships. And I'm really enjoying the process. However, there has been this particular client that I've been working with that has just been so up and down. It's if it goes well, it's a really, really nice deal as such, and it's good business and a good relationship going forward from there. But I mean, every single week there's just been one thing that takes us off course, and we're not there yet, but it's looking good. It's looking like eventually we're gonna hopefully soon we're gonna wrap things up, and we're gonna get that one ticked off and hopefully build a relationship and progress from there. But look, there really have been times throughout this whole ordeal where it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down, and this is how it is sometimes, not just in sales, but life. And look, there were times in this process, for example, going back to it, that I thought there's no way this is going to work itself out from here. And it did. There were a couple of moments where it was just, you're thinking, oh my God, put in all this work and it's gonna fall to pieces. But then it recovers itself. There are going to be times where you are struggling. Something goes wrong and you don't foresee a reality whereby it can fix itself. But it might do. And if it doesn't, you now have the knowledge from whatever happened to not allow that to happen again. You must learn from your mistakes. You got to be really critical, because if you're not, it will happen again, it will happen again, it will happen again. In sales, maybe, as I mentioned, you waste your time speaking to somebody who is not the decision maker per se. And that sounds harsh, maybe for you guys that are not working in sales as such. You say, well, it's not bad to build relationships. Of course it's not. But ultimately, if you are speaking to somebody who doesn't have the final say over something where you need that person to give the final say, as nice as they are, as good as that rapport may be between yourselves, doesn't really matter. Ultimately, you don't want to waste your time speaking to somebody who isn't the decision maker when you need to be speaking to the decision maker. So in that sense, from a sales perspective, what do you learn straight away? The immediate thing is, okay, well, I've got a really good relationship with maybe this director, but he's not the CEO. So how can I, in my next ordeal with the next client that I'm working with, get in front of the CEO? How can I build a relationship and a rapport with the CEO? Because then it's easier for you. You're not having to do all of this working your way up the ladder. They will work down the ladder for you when they're already inside the corporation, the organization. So that's something that you can quite literally take from a mistake. But a lot of people will just have stuff that goes wrong in their life. They'll get angry about it. They'll get upset about it. And that's it. They won't really dissect it and try and understand why a particular thing happened. They'll just complain about it. And then because they don't address it properly and because they don't look into it deep enough to actually take the lessons from it, it happens again. And they're saying, oh, it's happened again. It happened to me again. That's my luck. That's what a lot of people do. That's what a lot of people say. They'll blame, the situation. But if they had just taken the time to do their research, if they'd just taken the time to look into why that particular mistake came about, they would prevent it from happening again. So I'm a little bit distracted. There's a big angry wasp on my windscreen. And for those of you that don't know me too well, I'm really not too big on wasps. I'm not the biggest advocate of wasps. I'd like to avoid them. And you know what it is? I've never been stung. And I think because I've never been stung, you're just waiting. So I'm just waiting for the day. But I know it's going to come. And linking back to what I was talking about, probably the day that I do get stung is the day where I realize, it's not that bad. Unless I have some kind of allergic reaction or something like that, I'm probably going to sit there and realize it's not that bad and learn a lesson that I probably shouldn't have been so fearful about it, because yes, it was a little sting, it hurt a bit, but ultimately it wasn't worth the previous stress for the entirety of my life. So maybe I learned that lesson one day. But circling back to where we were, there are going to be times where things don't go the way that you expected them to, and you've got to go with the flow. You've got to go with the flow, you've got to coast it out, continue being professional, continue being polite and respectful, and continue to provide value. If you do those things, even though somebody else is letting you down right now, even though circumstances that are out of your control are presenting themselves to you and messing everything up, you will succeed eventually. Those principles are timeless and they're very, very valuable. When a person behaves in that way, when a person presents themselves and conducts themselves that professionally, that respectfully, it's just a matter of time. Success is attracted to you. It's like a magnet. So don't let things that go wrong in your life keep you down and change your state of mind to the point where you stop providing value to people, where you stop being a professional. Yes, you can be frustrated, you can be angry, but don't allow that to control your actions. Don't allow that to change how you operate. Don't allow that to knock you off course, because it's a little hiccup. It's a little hiccup. Now, you can make a mountain out of a molehill and overreact, but maybe if you didn't overreact and you just treated the hiccup as a minor thing, carried on, something really, really good would have happened to you. But because you did overreact and you made a mountain out of a molehill, you weren't even in the same room to have that golden opportunity present itself in front of you. So look, stuff's always going to go wrong, stuff's always going to have twists and turns, and there's going to be another chapter that you didn't expect in the book that you didn't want to keep reading. However, stick it out. Finish the book. Finish the final page, see it through. Be professional, be kind, provide value. If you keep doing that, success is inevitable. It's absolutely inevitable. But I understand that sometimes the process can be annoying, it can be frustrating, especially when you feel like things are going wrong in your life that are not your fault. It's undeserved. At the same time though, guys, don't allow that to get in your head too much, because you can really get off track, and that's where other problems start coming into your life, and that's where life just becomes a bit messy. You just blame people, you complain, you moan, you lose yourself. Don't lose yourself. But look, this has been fun. I've enjoyed this one today. It's pretty relaxed. No microphone, no stand. I'm literally just sat in the car. It's a nice day. Feeling nice and warm, feeling good. Chatting it up with you guys. And look, if you like this sort of format, please let me know. Please comment your thoughts down below. I'd be really interested to see what you think. And I'll catch you in the next one. Like, subscribe, comment your thoughts down below. I'll see you later.